It's COVID at the university. There's no one here, and just my one lonely button. Good morning. Today we're in Belgrano and on our way to Ciudad Universitaria, which is the main campus of the University of Buenos Aires. Now, the University of Buenos Aires is one of the most important universities in all of Latin America. And it's certainly the biggest and most prestigious in Argentina, with more than 300,000 students taking classes in one of its many buildings across the city. The University of Buenos Aires has produced 17 Argentine presidents and 4 of its 5 Nobel Prize laureates. It's ranked 66 in the world by the QS World University Ranking, and it's free of charge to everyone, and just about everyone gets in. So this is a massive educational system that includes not just the university, but also 6 teaching hospitals, 16 museums, 13 scientific institutes, 5 high schools, various cultural centers, a university press, and even a well-regarded symphony orchestra. Their main campus, which is our destination today, is important not just for the university system and for the city, but for Argentina as a whole. So let's hit the road. This part of the city has a really extensive series of parks and plazas all along here, heading south all the way through Palermo, more or less parallel to the river all the way to the center of town, and then heading north from here as well, through Belgrano, through Núñez, up to the northern border with the city, with Vicente Lopez, which is the neighborhood just north of the city from here. And you can hear in the background the highway that we have to cross now to go over that highway to get over to the university campus. Let's go. Okay, I'm here on campus in front of one of the main buildings here. Now, there's almost no one on the campus because of COVID, so we've got the run of the place. Let's have a little look around. The vision to create a centralized university campus in the city and to locate it here along the river in the north part of the city goes all the way back to a 1929 conference attended by the well-known Swiss architect and urban planner Le Corbusier. 10 years later, Le Corbusier consulted on the 1938 general plan of Buenos Aires that included detailed plans for this campus. Still was another 20 years before those plans were revised and finalized and construction finally began. Of the original campus plan, only 4 buildings were ever built. Construction of Building 4 was halted in 1976 by the military dictatorship that had just taken power. You can still see the foundation and pillars from where they stopped construction. In 1961, the very first computer in Argentina was installed in Building 1. Bought in 1959 from a British firm for 152,000 British pounds, which in today's money is nearly 3 million pounds or almost 4 million US dollars. Nicknamed Clementina for the song Oh My Darling Clementine. And that was the song that was first played over its speakers as part of the original demonstration by the British firm selling the computer. The name stuck. The Clementina occupied 2 full rooms in the building and was about 50,000 times larger than your PC. The first coding language of Argentine origin was developed on this machine. The first program written for and run on La Clementina was written by the pioneering computer scientist Cecilia Bertachevsky. La Clementina, this multi-million-dollar computer, lasted only 10 years. By 1971, its maintenance became impossible for lack of spare parts. It was disassembled and thrown out in the trash. Thankfully, some attentive computer science department staff members were able to save a few pieces from the trash before they were thrown away. These precious pieces are still considered collector's items today. Now on this map, I've highlighted the section in the northwest corner of the campus. It's heavily wooded wetlands that the city and the university have won back from the river by backfilling with demolition waste. It's a unique little corner of the campus with a controversial recent history. In June 1998, a group of about 40 police officers crossed this small footbridge here and entered these woods, this 5-acre lot here that runs along the river, to evict the last of the residents of the gay village, or the Aldea Gay, that formed here 10 years earlier. In the late 1980s, homeless LGBT people began moving into this 5-hectare lot behind me here and constructing small homes out of wood. They never had running water, they never had electricity, but the community lasted more than 10 years. Now, that eviction in 1998 didn't take, and people continued to live out here for another few years until 2006. Some families moved in, and it became a more diverse community. In 2006, when the last of those folks were finally evicted and kicked off this piece of property behind me, shortly afterwards, a new community, a new squatter community reformed, an eco village called Velatropa. And that was right over here behind me, a little bit further out, just west of the university campus. Now, this section over here, this 5-hectare lot along the river, this was more recently made into an ecological reserve here in the northern part of the city. It has since been closed and fenced in. I came here again with my son a few years ago. We came here, we planted trees, we went to a fundraising concert for it, and now it's been locked up and the security guards there. I think it's they don't want to have any more squatter communities coming back is what the issue is here. But it was a really special place. If you go past this fence, which wasn't there before, walk about 20 minutes and you get right to the river there, and there's all these trees in here. I got really great memories of coming here with my boy and walking through these woods here. It was really special. Right, so just remember now, all of these different squatter communities that I'm mentioning to you, this is all on university property here, okay? And this is why it's been a 30-year legal dispute with the university to try and evict these different squatter communities throughout the years. A couple of years ago, they finally got the last of the residents out of this eco village, Velatropa. And now you can see the fenced-in area behind me and the security guards, which is why I am not getting any closer right now. It's a real shame, you know. I mean, I used to come here with my own boy, and we used to walk the footpaths and play with the kids that lived here, check out the mud houses, go to some of the workshops, walk in the gardens. It was a pretty beautiful spot, you know, right in the middle of this city. It was a unique thing. So it's a shame that it's closed. I think the city wants to do something with the property, although right now it is just a fenced-in area, and we're on the wrong side of the fence. That's it for now. We'll come back to campus once this COVID thing's over and life gets back to normal and the students are back on campus. But for now, I'm gonna head back into Belgrano and get a coffee with my man Gareth at one of my favorite places on this side of town. We'll see you next time.